So you should be able to see in your camera there this new development, and that is that the FBI has gotten out a bomb robot that they're about to take into the suspect's house here in Pflugerville. And we were just informed a couple of minutes ago by Pflugerville police that the FBI, who's in charge of this scene, is asking that we leave, and they're going to be evacuating all of the homeowners within a 4 to 6 block radius here within the next few minutes. So we've seen some significant activity as the robot, which you can see in the camera, is being removed from that truck and is going to go into the house. So clearly they found something in the home. We can't say specifically what it was, but we do know that it's serious enough that they want us to leave. They're moving us to another location where they'll give us some more information, but they're also asking residents to leave, something they had not done since they arrived here yesterday. But again, this developing just within the last couple of minutes, which is why we wanted to come back to you to give you the latest information from the suspect house here in Pflugerville, which is on 2nd Street, kind of the Old Town area. And a lot of these homes about to be evacuated by authorities as they continue their investigation at the suspect's residence. Melanie, Art?
Well, amazing live pictures here, Tom, as we watch them moving people out. Do they have reason to believe that there may be explosives inside the house? Is that why the sudden push to have everyone in the surrounding area evacuated?
I think it would be safe to draw that conclusion. Sure. Now you see they're bringing out what we can imagine is an explosive sniffing canine. We can make the assumption that they found something in the house that they are pretty comfortable suggesting is potentially dangerous. I'm trying to use the right language without saying something that's not entirely accurate. But right. I think given whatever it is they found, and you can see now DPS telling these homeowners they're going to be evacuated here just in a minute. But clearly whatever they found in the house, and I was told earlier by someone familiar with the investigation that they expected they would find bomb-making materials inside the home, although we've not been told officially that is the case. We can draw that conclusion by the fact that they're evacuating such a large area and that they pulled out bomb detection equipment or bomb handling equipment as they get ready to move into the house.
You know, these are incredible pictures, Tom, as we're watching all of this play out live. Just amazing to see that bomb-moving equipment as well as them trying to evacuate residents. The real fear here is that although they know they have the bomber, and they've said this, there could be another one out there. He could have had an accomplice. There could be other bombs that weren't detonated yet. So they really have to be careful, and it's not over yet.
That's an accurate statement, Art. It is not over, and I think authorities, both local and federal, have been very clear to say that people here in Austin need to remain vigilant because they don't know if any other packages were shipped prior to Conditt's death. We also know that they, as of just maybe an hour or so ago, could not confirm publicly whether or not there were any accomplices. As I reported at the top of the newscast, they know that he purchased the bomb-making materials at a local Home Depot. They included nails and battery packs. They don't know a motive, and they don't know yet if he worked alone. Again, they were interviewing some roommates who lived in that residence. They were not considered suspects earlier today. We did see somebody taken away in a vehicle. We can assume for further questioning. We can't characterize that person as a suspect or even having been arrested, just that they were being taken away from the scene for what we can imagine was questioning. But again, at this point, he's a lone suspect, but they have not ruled out the possibility of there being an accomplice.
Yeah, well, Tom, thank you so much for bringing us this late-breaking information as we continue to watch all of these different law enforcement agencies and agents walking around, getting people out of their homes. And as Tom mentioned, just to update you, we know of at least 2 roommates who have been questioned so far. As Tom says, they do not appear to be suspects, in addition to another person, Tom, correct me if I'm wrong, a 3rd person who was taken away from the scene. But in the meantime, what they're doing now is focusing a great deal more attention on that home in Pflugerville.
By the way, Tom, on that 3rd person who was taken away, any indication as to what they've been able to gain from him? Has anyone talked about him?
No, and we can't necessarily say that's a 3rd person. It could be one of the roommates.
Okay.
We don't know anything about the person who. We don't know anything about the person who was removed from the scene. The only only person who we can say was arrested here was actually a journalist who crossed the barrier earlier this morning trying to get better pictures than what the authorities want us to have. That person was arrested and detained. But no one directly connected with the investigation here has been arrested as far as we know, and I can't say there are more than 2 people who they've talked with inside that home.
And of course, out of an abundance of caution, they are now moving so many people in that, I believe Tom said, 4 to 6 block area around the house.